A very good afternoon. I'll be speaking on the work done with the help of high-resolution satellite imagery for preparing the report of future corridors of DFCCIL, which my colleague from DFCCIL just explained. Rites is a consultant under Ministry of Railways, Government of India, mainly in the field of transport, and we were assigned the work of preparing preliminary engineering cum traffic study report for 4 future dedicated freight corridors. This terminology of preliminary engineering cum traffic study is peculiar to railway projects, and this report is required by Planning Commission for sanctioning of the projects. The 4 projects are, the 4 corridors are from Mumbai to Havda, Delhi to Chennai, Kharagpur to Vijayawada, Goa to Chennai. They are basically covering the golden quadrilateral of the Indian Railways, and total length is, initial planned length was 6163 kilometers, and they were in addition to the 2 corridors already under construction. These have already been shown. So, work was assigned to Rites with a completion period of 3 years, and apart from survey that included many other activities like design of alignment, preparation of estimates, doing the traffic assessment, working out the rate of return, financial as well as economic. So the time required for survey was not sufficient for doing the field survey by means of total station. And another issue was that we did not want to spend so much of money as is required for survey by means of total station. So we decided to go in for satellite imagery of digital globe and GOI. So this led us to saving in time. The estimate by means of field survey was that it will take at least 3 years to conduct field survey on 6,000 kilometer length of alignment, while by means of satellite data within 3 years we could do all the activity including survey. Another major advantage of working with satellite imagery is that we have procured the satellite imagery for a width of 3 kilometers. So we can play our alignment within a width of 3 kilometers. While when we do the survey by total station, we capture the data ranging from 100 meters to 200 meters, and that leeway and optimization of alignment beyond that width is not available. Lot of departments are doing the work by means of satellite imagery, planning the cities and revenue maps. But as compared to those works, there were some challenges very peculiar to this project. Normally, the satellite images are being procured for a square area or rectangular area. But this is a whole corridor where the proportion of length to width is much higher. So the challenges are of different kind. Long and narrow corridors. So to achieve the accuracy of data, we had to resort to some peculiar innovative solutions. I'll deal with them in next slide. And another challenge was to procure the satellite data in phases. We have to do initial broad alignment planning based on topo sheets and Google images, and then we have to go for procurement of satellite data for 3 kilometer width for that particular decided alignment. So it's not possible to go in for procurement of data in one go. Third problem was fixing of ground control points. Since the basic terms of reference was that we should go in as much parallel to existing railway line, because a lot of railway land is available and that can be utilized. So these railway lines are already electrified with 25 kV electric line running, and GPS control, DGPS control instruments cannot be fixed because they will not give the accurate data. That is one challenge. So, DGPS work was done along the periphery of the 3 km wide corridor, and we did the leveling by means of auto level along the central line near the railway line, because line of sight and approach is available easily near the railway line. So, data processing was done with different set of control points. The position and elevation, we had different sets, and these were the timelines: 36 months for projects and 24 months for completion of all maps, part by part. This is the way planning of ground control points was carried out. DGPS on the edge of the corridor at an interdistance of about 2.5 km with pre-identified location on Google Earth. We identified the location of the DGPS points on permanent structures by identifying them on Google Earth, went to the field, fixed the DGPS there and observed the readings. Vertical control points by means of auto level along the center of the corridor along railway line, and again at an interdistance of about 2.5 km. These were the technical specifications of the DGPS work. 12-channel DGPS instruments were used with post-processing accuracy of 5 mm plus 1 ppm. We fixed a master control point at the center of each zone and carried out 24 common hour observation at this pair. And from this master control point, we proceeded towards both ends of the zone. And observation at 3 GCPs for 1 hour were taken. The accuracy achieved was 1:1 lakh, 1 in 1 lakh, and leveling was done with an accuracy of 24/√K. These are the technical specifications of the satellite data that was procured through NRSA from Digital Globe and GOI. Both these companies have already merged into one. Resolution was 0.5 meter for panchromatic data and 2 meter for multispectral data. ONA was allowed up to 35 degree with one image within 30 degree. Maximum cloud cover allowed was 15%. Projection WGS 84. Product panchromatic plus multispectral combined. B by H ratio is 0.5 to 1.0. Minimum side lap of 1 km. And data required was the latest September 2010 onwards, not earlier than that. These were the technical specifications for satellite data processing. Georeferencing of images was carried out, then digital surface model was prepared, feature extraction was carried out, orthophotos, then contour generation was carried out, pan sharpening of images, and then base map were prepared. Since we were doing this work for the first time and the accuracy required for railway projects is quite high, so we decided that after we prepare the base maps, we'll validate them on the ground at a few locations with the work done by means of total stations. So we have the result which are quite satisfactory. Mr. Pradeep Tyagi, my colleague, will explain the results of the validation.